Welcome back. You are still viewing us right here on your favorite channel, MBCI TV. The program on board is Ask the Ministers of God. Tonight, tackling the subject of suicide and what needs to be done so that we can alleviate the rising cases and the numbers of suicide that we are seeing, not just across the globe, but also close here in our country, Kenya. I have two great ladies. I have Elizabeth and also Beatrice on set, and you can continue to interact with us by giving us your reflections and perspectives as far as our discussion is concerned. And now, Elizabeth, picking up from where Beatrice has left, and something that is coming out even from the conversation that we are having and listening to what both of you are saying is like it is a shifting trend of maybe parental upbringing. So maybe one would want to find out, so at what point did parental upbringing change, and what is it that even informed the change in parenting?
According to my observation is when we empowered our children. You see, we've been brought up by parents who never sometimes went to school.
Right.
They were just doing the home duties, cultivating, fetching water, looking after the animals and all that. And we even did have money. So they depended on their livestock, the food from the farm to educate their children. And as a result of their hard work, they empowered their children. So the children spent much of their time in school, and they came to understand that life can be better than the lives their parents led. And of course it happened, and we finally had our children educated, and they got money. And when they got money, money became the solution to almost every problem they have in life. And so because of this, somehow it's like now we came to realize that with the money, you may have all issues that you have in this life.
Money has been looked as a solution to every problem.
Money has become the solution. Because if I want to have my work done, I only need to give money and it is done. I can comfortably sit at home and all about myself and about my children is done. And that became the lifestyle. So even when our children came, they realized that, oh, this is how life is. You don't have to work. You don't have to solve problems by yourself. You don't have to think beyond. You don't have to torture your mind in thoughts. There are easier ways of solving issues. If it is a hard calculation, I only need a calculator. And I just get the answer. If it's about this life, I just get in my phone, I Google, and I get the answers. And even you realize that even when they are in school, they are not able to do the exams well because they have been used to simple and easy way of doing things. So when we empowered our children and the parents became empowered, we bore our children, they found there's money, there's car, there's everything. I think things shifted from that direction. And from there, now when it doesn't work, this person has no alternative, but he thinks the world has come to an end, so let me end myself. So they take their life, they take their lives away because they were not exposed to solving difficult problems, issues. Simple. You find it's a boy and a girl and they are in a relationship. If it doesn't work, they just take their lives away. They say, yeah, it's because it happened. But that is not the issue. He doesn't have a thought that this is not the only girl in the world. This is not the only boy or man in the world. There are others. So our minds of our children, the minds of our children are not able, they are brainwashed. They are not able to think beyond the problem. When they find a problem, they think that is the end. One tries this business, it doesn't work, he has killed himself, or he has done some nasty activities, of which it was just something simple, and then you try something else. So I think this changed when we got empowered and we got money and life became simple and we believed everything is money and everything will be good with the money.
And actually, thank you, Elizabeth, for that clarification there. And Beatrice, in your early explanation, you even touched about maybe how the boy child maybe is unable maybe even to do some of the very simple chores. Yeah. And I have actually remembered, even in the statistics, it shows that the number of men is higher.
Right.
What would actually inform this?
Yeah, that one still comes from the upbringing also, because now, as my sister is saying, you've been provided with everything. You're a man, and because the dad is there, he's everything. Dad will come fix it. A worker will do, you see. So you fail to know that by so doing, you yourself, you're empowering yourself in all that you're doing. And you find that, yes, I go back to the parents. Unakuta mpaka the exams. Mtu amelipa mwalimu afanyie mtoto exam. So when it goes to the practical part of it, the boy is challenged. Because now the teacher will not come and be working and bring the delivery. So the papers are good and they are showing you've passed, yes. But when you come to deliver, it seems like you did nothing. And that has even corrupted our society. It has been corrupted because those that can deliver have no means. So, and those that have papers cannot deliver, you see. And it's been such challenging. So you've gotten into a house. Unajua hata kama hakuna kitu yote utafanywa na baba yako. You will not stay with your wife. You will not stay with your kids. So this one comes, daddy teacher said, this one, the wife is saying this, the wife, and by the end of the day you feel like the baggage is too heavy for you. Because nobody on the ground taught you who is a man and the strength that the man should have, because he's the strength of that family. If he's weak, that family is weak. He's the shepherd of the family. He's the priest of the family. So was he taught priesthood? Was he taught to be strong? You see? So is he running away from issues? There are people who will not handle issues because they were used to taking them to moms. And maybe a mom has died. So you see, somebody feels, Mika mama hayuko, because that was the God. Huyo ndiye Mungu, alikuwa Mungu wake, wa kumsotia everything. And every time this guy is coming to say, Mom, you know, my wife is doing, revealing a lot of immaturity. And yeah, there are things I've been through myself. And when I go through, I knew the problem. Unajua huyu mwanaume sio problem. The woman that brought up this boy is the problem.
It's a problem. And thank you so much, Beatrice. And Elizabeth, because we know even in the society, we've heard of the era of girl empowerment, the girl child empowerment. And there has been talk in the town that as a result of this, so many of our boys were affected. Are we looking at this kind of imbalance also maybe as a cause of the rising, maybe, and even the high number of men who are actually being affected by suicidal tendencies?
Yeah, I think it is so. It is very true. We somehow took care of the girl child so much and neglected the boy child. Because, I don't know, we have been thinking the girl is a weaker sex, requires a lot of care at the expense of the boy child. And when the boy was left alone, he missed somebody to mentor him. He missed somebody to lead him in this life. So you find that the mommy and the daddy are all just concentrating on the girl. And the girl somehow, because of that overprotection and that security, when they go to school, they do so well. They pass the exam so well, they're in the university, and they get big jobs. And by the end of the day, you hear them bearing the big names in the nation. But our boy child misses somebody to guide him. So what happens? You just get into his friends who could be taking drugs, and then he's lost in the drugs. And because he doesn't even have money to get these drugs, you've been involved in nasty activities. And by the end of the day, when he misses this money and he must take the drugs, he either commits suicide or is involved in some activities that would lead him to jail, and his life becomes useless. So I think the girl child protection has also contributed so much to our boy child, and by the end of the day, we are also having a lot of them committing suicide.
Committing suicide.
Yes.
Well put. Beatrice, help us to understand, because so many people, and sometimes when we have these cases affecting us in our homes, sometimes these cases affecting us even in the society, maybe even in schools, it's like it takes some people by surprise. It's like they're like, how did it happen? How could this have just taken place? Are there things, are there signs that maybe one can watch for to know that, or even maybe to realize that here it is dangerous and maybe somebody wants to take away their life, somebody wants to commit suicide?
Yeah, there are signs like withdrawal. Maybe somebody was talkative. Now it is reducing, and the way somebody is behaving. Because like the African man, he's taught to be a man. You know, he's supposed to be a man. So when you're with the other men, you want to show them you're a man. So you have nobody to open up your deepest wounds. Even when you are hurting, you have to post like everything is okay because you're a man. And by the end of the day, you find you are succumbing. And so the only way we can know you are heading to the worst is your behavior. How are you behaving? A jovial man is losing the joy, you see. He's losing the appetite. Yeah, those are signs and symptoms. So another person who is so quiet now becomes so talkative, as in he's talking even things they are not relating. And those are, I think, some of the signs to show somebody's losing it.
Absolutely right.
Yeah.
Definitely. You can be sure to watch out for continuation of this particular subject. But for tonight, we want to bring it to a close at this particular point. Thank you so much for being with us on the program Ask the Ministers of God. I've been joined by Beatrice. Minister Beatrice, thank you so much for your contribution and even for your insights in this particular show. And also Elizabeth, it's been a pleasure. Looking forward to having more interaction with you. Thank you so much also for your feedback and also for your input on this particular subject. Until we do it again next time, my name is Mangicho Mola. Have a blessed evening.
Nugget of Wisdom with Apostle Dan Gishimo.
In this world, there are situations that are difficult for humanity to escape, which are happiness, sadness, and unforgettable good and bad moments. Nevertheless, those who have faithfully trust in God cannot be brought down by any circumstances because their hope is above the earthly life.